The Holy Grail, the object of countless legends, quests, and secret orders. Always imagined as a cup, a vessel said to hold divine power. But what if that image was planted? What if the real Grail isn't made of gold and never touched the lips of Christ? Some say it's an object, others a person, a code, a bloodline. If you're drawn to the symbols they've hidden and the truths they've buried, subscribe now. We're going in search of the Grail they never wanted us to find. The story of the Grail didn't begin in the Bible. It began in literature and legend. In the 12th century, the poet Chrétien de Troyes introduced the Grail in his unfinished romance Perceval. But it wasn't a cup. It was part of a strange, mystical procession. A dish, a platter, shimmering and mysterious, but never tied to Christ or Christianity. It was only later, through the French Vulgate cycle and the Quest del Saint Graal, that the Grail became the cup of the Last Supper, and, supposedly, the vessel that caught Christ's blood at the crucifixion. From there, the myth deepened. Joseph of Arimathea was said to have brought it to Britain. Knights like Galahad and Lancelot sought it. Templars protected it. The church blessed the idea, and culture embraced it. But behind the sacred veil was something else. A story built over time, layered in fiction, cloaked in reverence, accepted as fact. The Grail became real, not because it was found, but because it was repeated. With all this mystery, it's easy to assume the Bible must say something about the Holy Grail. But it doesn't. Not once. At the Last Supper, the Gospels mention a cup, but they do not describe it as magical. They do not suggest it was preserved, and they certainly never called it the Holy Grail. It was just a cup, a vessel shared during a meal. Likewise, no biblical text describes anyone collecting the blood of Christ. No gospel says Joseph of Arimathea preserved the cup, carried it away, or created a hidden order to protect it. These elements came later, invented by storytellers, expanded by mystics, and romanticized by poets. The early church focused on Christ's resurrection, not his possessions. The earliest Christians had no relics, no icons, no grails. Their message was spiritual, not material. So where did this obsession with the cup come from? And why did it grow into one of the greatest mysteries of the Western world? As Christianity spread and power concentrated in the hands of the institutional church, certain ideas were suppressed, others elevated. By the time of the Crusades, the Grail was no longer just a relic. It had become a cipher. Some began to believe the Grail wasn't a cup at all, but a vessel of knowledge, a container of forbidden truths. In Gnostic and esoteric traditions, the Grail symbolized hidden wisdom, the divine spark within humanity, the light lost after fall, the truth buried by dogma. Some believed it held the real teachings of Christ, teachings that were edited, redacted, or silenced by early church councils. Others claimed the Grail was not a thing, but a person, specifically Mary Magdalene. The theory, Jesus and Mary were not just teacher and follower. They were husband and wife. Their union produced a child, a bloodline, and the true Grail was the womb that carried it, a sacred bloodline, a divine lineage, hidden, protected, and perhaps still alive. As these theories grew, the Grail morphed again from relic to symbol to map. In many secret societies and occult traditions, the Grail represents a path, not to an object, but to a state of understanding. To seek the Grail is to awaken, to escape illusion, to pierce the veil between dogma and mystery. In this interpretation, the cup becomes a metaphor for the heart, the womb, the soul. It is a container that receives divine truth. Some texts link it to Sophia, the divine feminine, others to the lost ark of hidden knowledge, still others to forbidden scriptures, apocryphal gospels, or even pre-Christian temples. For these seekers, the Grail cannot be found because it was never meant to be. It must be remembered, reconstructed, reclaimed not from history, but from within. After all the quests, the theories, and the secrets, one question remains. What is the Holy Grail? Is it a cup, a relic, a symbol, a lineage, a code? Maybe it is all of them. Or maybe it is none. Perhaps the Grail is the perfect illusion, powerful precisely because it cannot be proven, a mirror that reflects the hopes of whoever looks into it. For the church, it's a relic of Christ's passion. For the mystic, a symbol of divine union. For the skeptic, a myth built to inspire awe and obedience. And for the seeker, a reminder that truth is often hidden behind the stories we're told. The real Grail might not be made of gold. It might not sit in a vault beneath a cathedral. It might not be guarded by knights or cloaked in legend. It might be an idea, a forgotten truth, a memory of something we once knew and were taught to forget. So ask yourself, if the Holy Grail isn't a cup, what have we really been searching for? And why did they work so hard to make sure we'd never find it?